Joining us now is Barb Giles. She's the Executive Director of Strategic Initiatives for Jewish Senior Life. We're just going to let Barb say hello here and tell us what Jewish Senior Life is. Welcome, Barb, to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me, Dave. I appreciate it. Jewish Senior Life provides both residential and community, home and community-based services. We have 6 beautiful communities on 2 campuses. Our campuses are both in Oak Park, Michigan and West Bloomfield. And we provide senior living options from independent living all the way to assisted living and memory care. And we also offer affordable housing, which some people equate to more subsidized housing, and market rate options as well. We also have a great deal of outreach that we provide through our home and community-based services, through a chaplaincy program, an adult, a dementia-specific adult day program called the Brown Center, and a program for Holocaust survivors and their families. And we also offer skilled and non-skilled home care services.
Well, Barb, thank you for giving us a rundown of what you do, and I appreciate that. So, our listeners and viewers who might not be familiar with the services that you offer are now familiar. And I think about all the people that we've been highlighting over the past couple of months during this whole COVID-19 crisis, and talking about the first responders and our healthcare professionals working in our hospitals, but certainly folks working in residential and senior-based communities also doing great work. And I assume that a lot of the facilities that you operate you've had to isolate guests and visits at those, and that's got to make it hard for everybody.
Sure. Well, of course, we're following the governor's executive orders. And as you were mentioning earlier, I think we're up to 110 orders now. And those various orders have included restricting of certain kinds of visitors. Of course, communities still need to allow in individuals who are providing medical services, assistance with activities of daily living, or those who may be on hospice services and are near the end of life, that those visitors are still allowed to be and to enter facilities. But it does restrict family members, loved ones, friends, people who are not giving direct care. And that's been a very difficult challenge for older adults to be isolated, not only from their family, but also isolated from the community that they chose to live in. Many people come to live in a community like ours because they're looking for activities. They're looking to be with community members. They're looking for a communal opportunity. And then to have the situation where you are more isolated in your apartment is a very big challenge for older adults.
So I hope that the folks that you service and that are in homes, and also the people you service in their homes or apartments have access to technology, and they're able to do what the rest of us are doing and Zoom a little bit here and connect with people, certainly at least on the phone, but take advantage of some of the technologies. I assume that's the case.
So, yes and no. So, we have done our best to provide technology opportunities, which of course is also part of the governor's orders that communities need to supply access as much as possible to technology. But as you can imagine, perhaps there are older buildings that don't have the infrastructure for Wi-Fi, particularly in older subsidized housing communities, affordable living communities that are cinder block and concrete. I do expect that there'll be some changes now of things that are expected to be provided, or that money is given so that it can be provided. But we have done our best at Jewish Senior Life to provide access to technology through Skype and Zoom and all the different kinds of technologies. And it's amazing how our staff have been able to set people up so that they can speak with their loved ones and communicate with people all across the world, and also participate in activities. But even more so, we've gone to some old fashioned devices that are still tried and true. We've started pen pal clubs. We now have residents who are doing pen pal programs with students from universities. We have activity packets that we distribute. We come around every day with activity carts and snack carts and different ways to engage with older adults. We have over engaged with the overhead speaker system for all sorts of great programs and jokes and activities and things that we do over the loudspeaker as well. So technology is only one mode of bringing the world to the residents. We also have used a bunch of other modes as well.
All right. Well, I hope that that you take an opportunity to play the megacast over your PA systems now and then too, especially when you're on the air here. So Tyler and I do the best we can to cut up and have a little bit of fun in the midst of all of what's going on. So, Barb, hang on a second. I got to keep the FCC happy. This is 89.3 WBLD Orchard Lake, 88.1 WBFH Bloomfield Hills, and WAHS. Let me do it the same way. 89.5 WAHS Auburn Hills. Our three radio stations. Thanks for watching in our other outlets, Civic Center TV, Birmingham Community Television, and watching us online today on civiccentertv.com and via the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce page. Tyler, did I do all that right?
You did.
All right, very good. Okay. Barb Giles, Executive Director, Strategic Initiatives, Jewish Senior Life, joining us right now on the MegaCast. And Barb, just quickly, the governor has taken a lot of heat from the president over nursing homes in particular. I know you don't run nursing homes, but I know you got some base of familiarity. And whether or not we should have in Michigan taken COVID-19 patients and put them back in nursing homes. The governor ordered that we do that. I've been silent on this thing. I don't like to get in the middle of a political battle, but the governor on Monday came out and said, hey, we could have done that a lot better. So now we're talking about it a little bit. Do you want to weigh in on that one at all?
Sure, I'll be happy to. So this is a very topical, actually, because the governor's orders potentially could include more than just nursing homes. And although I think there's certainly we perhaps might have been able to do a lot more. Communities like ours and other nursing homes, we did not have access to PPE at the beginning. We did not have access to testing. So the fact that when people leave a hospital, where are they going to go? They're going to go into our environments that we offer care to. So as you're ready to transition out of a hospital, the next logical place to go if you're not ready to go home is to a nursing community or to a hub if you have COVID or to an assisted living center. And how were these communities going to be able to respond without PPE and without testing? I mean, it is shocking the trials that we went through in March just to obtain the PPE necessary. Now we're in this new phase where, the governor is recommending people be transferred to hubs. I understand some of the sense of it, but now we also have all of these individuals who are asymptomatic but positive, testing positive, now that testing has come online. So does that mean that we have to take asymptomatic older adults, remove them from their assisted living community, and place them into a hub where there are individuals who are active with COVID and have symptoms? There's still so much we don't know about the illness. Could that transition people from being asymptomatic to symptomatic if they're with more symptomatic people? So the governor's order that requests or demands the movement of positive people into dedicated units also has its limitations as well. So I respect the order. We're following the order, but it's not without controversy as well. And how do you take older adults who are frail already and move them out of their communities? Because it's not just nursing homes that were impacted by that order. It's also assisted living communities as well.
Can you help us? When you said hub, what do you mean? What do you mean when you refer to as a hub?
Sure. Part of what the governor has created is a system of hubs throughout our state. And the hubs are essentially nursing homes, but they're nursing homes that have agreed to follow policies and procedures and have dedicated units to keep those with COVID um, separated and isolated from the rest of the community. They follow very good infection control processes, and they have to have certain care established. They also have to have dedicated workers who are only working with positive older adults, so that there's no, if you will, cross contamination of staff between working with positive people and then working with people who aren't. So those are in general what the hubs are, but you would know some of them as the nursing homes that might be in your community. And you can find information on where those hubs are on the Michigan, State of Michigan website.
All right, Barb. So the bottom line, the conclusion to all this is could have done it better. We could have done a lot of things better. We probably didn't have all the resources at the time. Now we have a much better plan that we can proceed with that's going to work out better for us. And hopefully, if we do have another spike, we'll be able to manage it a little bit better next time. The sad news, the really sad news, is that we lost an awful lot of people during this period of time, managing it the way we did. That said, you're going to learn things during the process. And, so the governor has made her statement, and we'll do what we can to move on and do better. Do you think we are now, we have the tools, we have the resources, we have the plan now, so we do see another peak in the fall, it won't have the same kind of devastating impact that it had on some seniors this spring?
I think we'll be more prepared. I don't think you can know everything because so many things are unknown. Might there be another mutation of this? Might there be more limitations to PPE that come up again? So, yes, I do think we'll be more prepared. I think we've learned an awful lot. I think everyone is doing the very best that they can to protect vulnerable older adults. And I would hope that if we unfortunately would see another spike in the fall, that we most certainly will at least be more prepared in how to respond quickly and effectively.
Barbara, the governor opening up so many different areas, do you think there'll be a time when we are going to be able to safely visit our loved ones in the variety of care facilities here in Michigan?
Yes, I think it's going to be happening. There are work groups meeting right now under Director Horvath and MDHHS right now that are figuring out what the phase for reopening will be. So I do think people, of course, will be able to see their loved ones again in the very near future. And of course, at first, probably still with limitations, keeping social distancing like you were talking about earlier. And the wearing of facial coverings will be important for quite some time. But will we see our loved ones again? Yes, we will. And I think it'll be sooner rather than later at this stage in the game.
Well, you are an optimist, just like all of us. I like that. All right. In the meantime, call Mom, call Dad, pick up the phone. That goes a long way. Barb, thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate it. Your information was incredibly helpful, and we'll look forward to talking to you again. And thanks for connecting with us.
Thanks for asking us, and thanks for saluting the caregivers that have been working so hard taking care of older adults.
Well, you bet. Every day, every single day, we definitely appreciate the contributions by so many. Barb Giles, Executive Director, Strategic Initiatives for Jewish Senior Life, one of the many organizations helping seniors here in Metro Detroit.